my name is Mary,
And I'm James.
and welcome back to another episode of the Watch That John podcast.
2025, y'all. We here and we out here.
So, this is our second episode of the year?
Um,
Yeah.
no, it's the first episode of the year
No, it's not. We did. Oh, Mufasa was.
in 2024.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
man. My timing is just very off, very off. Well, today, we're doing a goodie. The wait is over, guys. The long anticipated Squid Game has returned to Netflix for a season 2.
Dun 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 dun. The creepy, eerie, s- um, sadistical, maniacal game is back.
So, every time I see the Squid Game, like workers or anything, I think of the Xbox controller,
Yep.
but it's,
Well, PlayStation.
yeah, the PlayStation controller, but it's not identical. Do you know what shape is missing or that's different?
Well, it's X, square, triangle, circle. That's PlayStation.
What Squid Game?
Everything but square.
There is a square in Squid Game.
Is there?
I don't think there's an X in Squid Game.
No, there's an. I don't think there's an X.
I'm gonna Google it. Right, it's like this is like I don't know if this is a proper use of the term Mandela effect.
No,
It's
triangle
not.
is triangle, circle, square. There's no X's.
In Squid Game.
No.
Okay, so the X is the one that's missing. Yeah, I asked DQ. I was like, okay, there's something. This looks like PlayStation, but something's different. He was like, there's no X. I was like, oh, okay, yeah. But yeah. So this episode, we're not gonna do episode by episode like we did Game of Thrones. We're gonna kind of do the same that we did for Mr. and Mrs. Smith. If you guys remember, if you guys are good podcast listeners, and
As essentially, we're gonna do a summary of the season and kind of talk about our favorite episodes, our favorite points, and get really excited for season 3.
we're just gonna be chatting. Listen, we're just gonna be
Exactly.
chatting. This is gonna be a banter-filled episode.
Yes.
But
So
because
get comfortable.
yeah.
You know what I mean. Take a seat, relax,
get some
get a drink.
popcorn if you're on a long drive. You
Yeah.
know, I don't know. Focus on the road, but listen to us too.
How you gonna get popcorn on a road?
No,
man? Like,
it's
what?
comma. Get some popcorn, or if you're on a long drive, if you know if you listen to it at home, get some popcorn. If you're on a long drive, focus on the road and listen to us. But
Yeah.
people, mom was a master at driving while eating, so it can be
Yeah,
done.
I remember she used to eat pig feet while driving.
She did. And watermelon. This sounds so
Watermelon.
just
Black.
right.
Sounds so
right.
black.
Oh my goodness. Remember that episode of It's Always Sunny when Dennis got in trouble for eating a bowl of cereal while he drove? Cereal and milk. Cereal and
Cereal
milk,
milk.
not just dry cereal.
Just two-handed. Just
He said at the stop sign he'll just take a bite of cereal. And then he got mad when he spilled milk all over himself. It's like, of course, idiot. Like, you don't drive and eat a bowl of freaking cereal. But all right, James, I'll let you start this
Hilarious.
off before we just start
Okay,
talking about It's
so-
Always Sunny.
Squid Games, right?
It's
Season
Squid
2.
Game, no S.
It originally released in 2001, season 1. And if you guys have watched it on Netflix, you will
Originally
remember
released when?
2021.
You said 2001. I was like, what?
I might have said 2001, my
You
bad.
sure did.
2021,
Yes.
where player 456
Also known as, we're going to butcher these names. We do not speak
Yes.
a lick of Korean, so please forgive
Yes.
us. My guess is y'all don't know how to say it either, so not too much. But Sung Gi-hong,
Yes.
played by the actor Lee Jong-jae.
Yes. Lee Jung
Jung-jae.
Jae, right?
That's easy.
So, you guys know season 1 where Jihan, he's
Just say 4, 5, 6.
Yep, 456 is in debt. He goes into this game where he has to compete.
Well, a man
his life.
approaches him. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So, he has so much debt. His mom is sick. His daughter doesn't. He doesn't see his daughter. He doesn't have a great
doesn't have a
relationship with his
relationship
kid.
Yep.
He got divorced. It's a whole mess. So he's approached by this man in a black suit. What is his name? Oh my goodness. He's a
They
recruiter.
just call him the recruiter.
The recruiter. So he's approached by the recruiter and he's pretty much saying like, hey, do you want to play a game? And it's a game that's What is the name of that game where they have the red and blue envelope?
I think it's Donchi, maybe
it is
Donchi.
no, is it no, it's not Gongji. It's I'm gonna Google it real quick because it comes up again. So Korean, no, I'm gonna say Squid Game. Watch, Google that, drawing, y'all. With red and blue envelope.
Donchi.
Uh,
D D
Dakji.
Dokchi. Yeah.
Dakji. So they play a game of Dakji. I guess the point of that game is you need to flip an envelope. Well, one envelope's on the floor. You throw down the envelope on one envelope on top of the other envelope on the floor as hard as possible to get it to flip over. So they play that, and I guess if you win, he takes you to Squid Game.
If you win, you get money. If
Okay.
you lose, he slaps you. And you keep playing over and over again until you get as much as money as possible. And then after the game is played, after he gets tired of slapping you, he gives you a card. And if you're interested to continue playing, you call that number, and that's how you enter the games.
And then he just, if you agree to, he just knocks you out with freaking, I don't know, what's that, chloroform or something? What's that thing that knocks people out?
Well,
It's like a gas.
after you call to join the game, then you have a meeting point, and then yeah, you get knocked unconscious. You wake up in a green jumpsuit with a number in a weird room, and the game has
A
begun.
green jumpsuit, meaning they changed you while you were unconscious. My thing
Yes,
is about this game, I don't know why everyone was so surprised to find out that their lives are in danger by playing these games. If someone knocks you unconscious, they do not have the best intentions for you. It's that simple. You're going to die. I don't know why you didn't automatically think as soon as you woke up, I'm going to die. Like,
I think me
if
being
you
in
go to
danger.
Family Feud, Steve Harvey isn't knocking you unconscious and bringing you to wherever Family Feud is filmed. Like, what? That's kidnapper. That's serial killer mentality.
It
Whole
is,
antics.
it is, and I absolutely would be apprehensive. But these people, when remember when um these people are desperate, and they already know how sadistic the recruiter is, because once you lost that dunk
Dakji.
dak
Dakji.
dakji game,
Dakji?
he would slap the living mess out of you. So they knew there was some sort of sadistic, um, I guess, dark attributes with this whole the whole situation they ended up in. But I don't think it's. I think it's logical to be concerned. I don't think it's like, oh my god, they're gonna kill me. I think that's a little too extreme.
I would
But
think that
anyway,
immediately. If someone knocks me unconscious and puts me what immediately. But yeah. So season 2 picks up with Sung Ji Hoon, or player 456. He is pretty much trying to take down the whole operation of Squid Game. You know, he goes incognito wearing this terrible red wig, and he's just determined to find the people in charge of this game. Honestly, episode 1 and 2 I fell asleep on quite often, so I can't really speak too much about it. I thought it was so boring, so I'll let you take the wheel on this one, James.
yeah. So he obviously won the 45.6 billion
Which
won.
is funny because it's 456, like his number.
Yes, yes. Well, because you get 100 million won for
Every person, every player.
every person who dies.
Yes, so
So
sick.
it is a six. So forty five point
The fact
six
that death is an
billion
incentive is crazy.
is crazy. So that equates to about 31 million US dollars. So he won a pretty penny. And
He's set for
after he
life.
won,
His kids are set for life. His grandkids are set for life.
yes, after he won, if you guys remember the end of season one, is he won and he comes home and his mom is dead.
Hmm.
The man who he had to compete against, who was one of his childhood friends to actually win the game, um, he ends up his friend ends up killing himself so that 456 can win.
In the very
And
last
it's
game of the first season.
yes.
Hmm.
And then when he first got home, his friend's mom was like, "Hey, have you seen my son?"
Mm.
So he's
He
basically
couldn't even look her
depressed.
in the eyes and tell her.
He couldn't look her in the eye. He couldn't say a word. He just walked away. And he thinks he has blood money. Like there was one point where he went to the bank because the bank called him and was like, "Hey, you have all this money, you haven't spent it. Like we want to help you invest." And he's like just ignoring, just out of it, despondent. And he's like, "Hey, can I borrow $10 so I can catch a cab?" Because he was completely unwilling to touch his money.
So how would
So in
you
season
feel?
two,
How would you feel about that money? Because me personally, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I would have used that money. I would have felt sick, disgusting, and I would need intensive therapy for the rest of my life. But it's like also, I've seen so many people die, and I literally escaped and fought for my life and escaped death so many times. I'm using this money. I don't know. I guess in my mind, I would try to make it seem like I would justify it in my mind as if I don't use this money, these people would have died in vain. But that's me justifying. I know the morals of that is completely jacked up, but I would use the
no,
money.
I think I would use the money. I don't know. I think it's hard to say because he went through so much. And only thing I would think of is I would use the money to take care of my daughter, you know, because he has a daughter, and get out of South Korea, which what his plan was. His plan was to go to LA and get on a plane to go meet his daughter. Um, and
His
as he
daughter's
was
in LA.
walking, yeah, he was boarding a plane to LA, and as he was walking, he gets a call from the front man. No, he calls the front man and basically was like,
Who's
"Hey,
front man?
like the front man is the dude with the mask, is
Oh
the
yeah, who we
organizer
later
of the
find
games."
out is number one, who calls himself Young Ill, but his real name is Hwang In-ho. Yeah, he was a dude
Okay.
with that elaborate like prism type Yeah,
Yes.
okay, okay, yeah.
Yes. Yes.
He's so fun.
He was a super boss.
Not a hair is out of place. He got that jawline. I'm like, ooh, he fine. That is crazy. So, but yeah.
Yeah.
So, anything you
Uh,
want to take away from episodes 1 and 2?
Episode one, the thing I would take away is the recruiter, right? So the recruiter comes and um 456, he is searching everywhere for evidence of this organization, right? He's trying to find them and he searches specifically for the recruiter. And he has dozens of guys waiting in subway stations, hoping to find the recruiter playing Dakchi, so they can kind of capture him and try to end the game.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty a poor plan. I don't know what they expected to do with the recruiter, but
Well, what do you?
eventually,
Well, I guess they thought that they could. I guess in their mind they were like, if we can, I don't know, take the recruiter hostage and make him show us where the games are. But I'm like, you see how unhinged this recruiter is. He does not care
well,
about dying.
they didn't know that, right? So once they
Yeah, they
actually
did.
caught
I
the recruiter,
listen. I'm like, listen. He recruiting people to play this game, and
yeah,
y'all think he afraid of death himself?
I guess in so in defense of the strategy, right? The recruiter could just be like, "Hey, I was told to play this game to people, give them a card, and that's all I know." You know,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what happens to him afterwards. I don't know where they go afterwards. And it makes sense because he is the only person like out facing, like only like person at risk. So the least that he knows, the least like risk you put to the entire organization. You know what I mean? It's like
Mm-hmm.
think about like a drug dealer, for example. If you got someone selling drugs in the street, they don't really know where their supplier is coming from. Kind of the same thing. Like if a petty drug dealer get caught, right? You don't want to be like, oh yeah, like that dude. So that you know what I mean. So I think
Mm-hmm.
that disconnection is kind of what makes the story make sense. But the thing about the recruiter that I kind of liked
Oh
is just how
no,
like he
not y'all
just
being
seemed
kindred spirits.
he just seemed so like insane. He like you said, he didn't give a f about nothing. Like when he went to the homeless people and offered them, hey, you can either have bread or a lottery ticket, and most of them chose the lottery ticket because they wanted the chance to get rich. But then he takes all that bread and just stomps on it in front of
That made me so
everybody.
mad.
Yo, it's
I
just
hate when people
disgusting.
waste. That bread look good too.
It did.
I hate
It
when people
did.
waste food. Like,
And that bread looked like a meal. It's not just like regular bread. That was like a whole meal.
what would
And
you
he's
have
like,
chosen if you were homeless in that park?
Well, I probably would have chose a lottery ticket too.
I'm greedy. I would have chose the bread. Like I understand my chances of winning a lottery is slim to none. Give me that bread.
Yeah, I guess it depends on how like reliable your food source is. You know what I mean?
I feel like if
Like
I'm
I can.
homeless, it's not that reliable.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. But then, even when he caught the folks who were chasing him, the boss and the other young dude, when he caught him,
Who? What?
and he, so when um these names are gonna be a struggle.
What you mean
So
when 456 found a recruiter?
no, when 4 5 when
Gihun.
Gihung
Gihun. Gihun.
paid, yes, when he paid basically those mob guys to
Okay, he
find the
formed like a
recruiter.
little militia for real.
Yes, he did. And
Didn't he
when
promise him like a billion won? He
he
doesn't have a
promised
billion
him,
won.
he promised him a billion. He has 450. He has 45 billion won.
Oh,
So
I
yeah,
thought it
he
was
got
billion. Oh my god, yeah.
billion.
Okay,
Yeah, he
yeah,
has.
in US dollars it's million. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So he promised him
So his group of
about
men,
$682,000. That's how much a billion won is.
that's good. That's
That's a lot
hefty.
of money.
That's a lot of money. I'll be very
You
glad
know.
to get that money. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they finally find him in the subway, still playing the game of Dakji. And
Yep.
what? How do they get him? They chase him.
They follow him. They see that he
Oh, well, he
does the
gets to jump
bread.
on them.
Yes, he gets to jump on them, beat them up, and then he ties them up.
Yeah, and
Right.
makes him
And when
play
he ties
Russian
them up,
roulette.
Russian roulette, yo. And the craziest thing is, the gangster's thing of all time is before he started playing with them, he spun the revolver and put it to himself and pulled it. And that's why I was like, this nigga is insane. He does not care,
Completely
yo.
unhinged.
He is unhinged, like completely.
Like his
Completely.
ardor for death is so crazy. Like this man, I feel like he loves death like more than just like an interest in the macabre. He is fixated with death
Yeah.
and
He is.
just kind of, I was I don't know, just fixated with it. But
But not just that, but the I think it's not so much a fixation with death. I think he's fixated with the
what people will
games,
do for
what people
money
will do, and I think the
with
whole thing is just
humanity.
a
You know,
humanity psychology. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like the psychology of it. Like, are you going to take something you know is going to help you, food, or you can take something that might help you,
He's a
a
man
lottery
of
ticket?
he's a gambler. He's a man of chances and percentages and like cuz
Yeah,
he's always presenting people with two options. It
like
seems like.
Scarface, like Scarface of the DC comic, right? It's like flip a coin.
Okay,
It's
yeah.
heads or tails.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's
And what's the
exactly what he
most
is.
precious thing to gamble?
Your life.
Your life. But I was watching the making of Squid Game, which is on Netflix as well. Duh.
Yes.
And so the director was speaking. Um you have his name? You pulled it
Oh,
up at some point.
I know. I can't
It's
pronounce
fine.
it though.
So the director was speaking, and he was talking about Song Gi Hon's 456 and Young Ill, as he calls himself, or number one. Like he's saying that no matter what happens, 456 believes that people can maintain their humanity, even if they do atrocious things to one another. And he said that number one wants to challenge that belief.
Mm.
And we do kind of see that later on in the episodes where Sung Gi Hong makes a proposal to me and to everyone else seems very against what he believes at his core, you know? Um,
Yeah, I think that is kind of the basis of the whole show, right? Are people when you put them against their back against the wall, up against a corner, and you incentivize them, are people willing to do anything to survive? You know, like what does it take to survive, and also
Let me ask you
how
that.
much how much are they able to risk, not just for survival, but for greed? Like how much is this? And that's kind of like surviving versus greed, and that's kind of the balance the entire show is.
Do you think anyone joined the games because they're avaricious, or do you think it's mostly based on desperation and that they need this and that they're like, because everyone says it, they're like, listen, my life back at home is nothing to live for, so why not risk it all for this money?
So, and that is a challenge to the game itself, right? And I think that's 456's stance is that normal people who don't necessarily um, aren't at the edge won't go through these extremes of the games. You know what I mean? Like if you grabbed 456 like regular people and put them into the game, it won't be as interesting if you versus you buy 456 homeless people or people who are desperate or starving or in debt or you know what I mean? Like that hunger of what drives the maliciousness and the violence and the desperation.
Under what circumstances could you see yourself joining Squid Game?
You mean like knowing what I know now,
Yeah,
or
you
just have
know.
been playing the game on the subway?
No, you know. You know exactly what you're getting into. On what circumstances will you join the game? You know everything. You know that
No,
it's there's none
there's none.
circumstances.
There's none. No, no, no,
Even
no.
if you didn't have a pot to piss in, a window to throw it out of, you got
Don't
loan
care.
sharks down your back, you're sleeping on the streets every night, you're on the brink of starvation.
So maybe this is an American thing.
It's a privilege thing because you can't even put
It's a
yourself in the
privilege.
mind of being that desperate to want to put your life at risk.
And also there's a concept in America. Don't it's sometimes it's true, sometimes it's not. That you can always, no matter how low you get, you can always pull yourself back up.
By your
Just
bootstraps is the American dream. Even though
yes.
they
And
lie to
once
us when like our disadvantages are systemic and firmly plants it in our system, you know what I mean? So that's not true.
yes.
It's a load of shit, but
But I think that is why it's hard for me to fathom that
Phantom, fathom,
phantom
fathom,
fathom. It's
fathom.
hard for me to
Phantom is a
fathom
ghost.
being that desperate because once again, from my American point of view, there's always a shot. You know what I mean?
You can always make it work. There's always another
you can
option.
always you can always make it work. But like you said in South Korea, that might not be the case, right? It might just be if
I don't
like
know. South Koreans, they're getting taller. You know what? This might when a country's doing well, the population gets taller. That's
that
why
is true.
people in like Sweden are like 6 feet tall. Like
Yeah, that's true.
wealth is height and wealth are very correlated. But yeah, I'm like this may be
What
wildly
about you?
inappropriate, but I was like I'm not gonna say it. What about me? I feel the same way. I and it because it's just like it's I no. And I can't put myself in that mind state. Like maybe if I already tried to kill myself, like if I was already suicidal, I would do it. But in my mind, I'm like, I don't want to put myself through all that anxiety, and to get mowed down. Maybe if it was like if you lose, I don't know, they
speaking
you take a
speaking
pill.
speaking them all down, let's let's get to these games, yo, because
So the game start in like
these
episode 3.
yes, it starts in episode 3. So where are we? While so they catch up to the recruiter finds 456 and he plays Russian roulette with him and the recruiter ends up losing. And
I mean, he
four
dies.
five six
Listen, Russians are crazy for thinking of a game like that. Uno ain't good enough.
So after that, 456, he pairs up with Juno, the cop, who was the detective that almost
See,
um
that whole storyline I was not paying attention to.
yeah, so in the first season, he snuck into the island
To find his
and
brother, who turned
he
out to be
found his
number one, who
he
shot him
found
at
his
the end of the
brother.
season.
Yes. And then he survived. He is constantly in search of the island with this guy, Captain Park, who takes him on his boat. to search for it, and he also
Because what is this? Two
is
years later?
obsessed with. It's 3 years later.
3 years
Yeah,
later?
he's obsessed with trying to find the folks who have who have start the games and create the
Yeah,
games,
yeah. So
and
the,
they
the
basically
first game.
partnered up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You want to jump to the first game?
Yeah, we could jump to the first
Okay, so
game.
the first game, I thought I would be a little disappointed to see that the first game was red light, green light, with that iconic, huge, freaking Transformer mecha girl. I thought I'd be a little disappointed, but you know what? I was like, I do like that this first game is red light, green light again because it just, even though it's the same game, it still has a whole new take on it when you have Gihun knowing what he knows that he's played this game before and seeing how he's going to react this time. And it was a blast. I loved seeing him play this game again with new people and him knowing. It didn't feel like this again. It was like, ooh, this is an interesting take. You know what I mean? On something we've seen
It
before.
was, and I thought he did such a good job of saving as many people's lives as possible. He was like, "Move or don't move, don't look down." Like his instructions were so on point, and I remember
And he
watching
was
like, "Yo, he's
very,
doing a
yeah.
he was doing a very good job of saving those people." But
He
eventually, when
got
the first person
exponentially
moved,
smarter. All the bitterness and resentment for the games made him smarter because he was not that smart in the beginning of the first season. He wasn't dumb, but he was a lot more careless. He was a lot more immature. And like that really it was character development. Maybe he needed to see a bunch of people die.
yeah, no, you're right. He is definitely cunning
He's
now,
very
where
cunning.
he didn't have that at all in the first season.
Not towards the end. You know what I mean? Like not towards the end. But because he has that drive now, he knows what it is and he's like it needs to be stopped. But even his idea of like, hey, cover your mouths. I'm gonna cover my mouth when I speak because my thing is I thought playing red light, green light, the way we play it, if we see you stepping forward or backward or stumbling, that counts as moving and you have to go back to the finish line. In this game, any movement at all, you saw when people were shivering, they got shots.
Exactly,
If they
they
see
got
your
shot
mouth
shivering.
move, they got shots. If your
Yep.
head turns, you get it's not just advancing or going backwards. And I was like, that is but one thing really quickly before the game started, and here's another red freaking flag, a huge looming red flag the size of the sky. They signed player consent forms. There was multiple things wrong with this. For one thing, they made everybody line up to sign the consent form in single file lines. So my thing is, you don't have the time to really read the consent form because you're worried about the person behind you saying hurry up. The consent form should have been passed out to each player.
The consent form was only 4 rules.
It's only 4 rules, and my thing is, so here are the 4 rules. I wrote them down. A player is not allowed to voluntarily quit. Rule number 1, a player who refuses to play will be eliminated. Rule number 3, the games may be terminated upon a majority vote. In case of a tie, players will vote again. And rule number 4, if the games are terminated, players will divide the prize equally. There is no mention of death in this
No,
contract.
just eliminated.
Just eliminated. There is
I would ask the question, "Hey, um, what does eliminated mean?"
exactly. It means nothing about dying. It means nothing about dying. And another thing is like, I don't know. They say nothing about dying, and my thing is they say nothing about the prize money. If we're talking about money, I need that amount written down in writing. You know what I mean? Exactly how much money I'm going to get if I win. Exactly how much money I get at because they just said it verbally. I need it written
Yeah, so
down.
they asked. So the people asked. It was like, "Hey, how much money is it?"
I need that in
And
writing.
the front man was like, "Hey, we'll disclose the amount of money
Exactly. Later.
after the first game."
I would have been like, this is sketchy. This is giving Nigerian prince scheme. Especially since you drugged me here. You drugged me and dragged me here when I was unconscious. Like, but all right, that's what I wanted to say. You want to get back to the first game?
Yeah. So, um, want to get to game number 2?
Well, I want to talk about number 230, Thanos.
Oh yeah, he's insane.
He was a fun character though. As soon as he came on the screen, I was like, why does he make those gestures like a rapper? And he is a rapper. And I like how his nails are painted the color of the Infinity Stones. And he also has drugs in his chain that he takes. So he's that are the colors of the Infinity Stone. So he's always high.
He's apparently a rapper in real life too.
What?
He's a rapper and
Really?
singer in real life. Yep,
Oh my god.
yep. He's known as Top Choi.
Top Choi. Okay, that sounds like a
Yep,
ramen brand. But all right.
yep. He's a world renowned singer and rapper.
Oh, so he's pretty good because his raps in the show were garbage.
Well, they're garbage because they're getting translated in English.
No, you're right. Yeah, I don't speak. He just said, a
Yes,
snap of my fingers, and you know what I mean. They know stuff,
yes.
and
No,
also, yeah,
it's different in different languages.
and also, I was very, it's kind of like I wasn't too surprised to see the trans. I always say this wrong. Okay, trans woman because you're transitioning into. I always say it wrong. Yeah, the trans woman, but I was like, you know what? Squid Game is anime. In anime, there's always this like androgynous character who's a boy, but he's so beautiful, people always confuse him for a girl. Like
That is very
Inosuke and
true.
Demon Slayer.
Yeah, that's true.
So I was like, this
That's true.
isn't. I was like, okay, this isn't
Or
really.
uh, it doesn't matter. There's a Naruto character that
Oh,
that
Haku.
Haku, yes,
Haku,
for
yep,
Zabuza,
yep.
yes, yep.
Haku's, yep, exactly. They're so I'm like, oh, this is anime. This is such anime. So but yeah, I thought it was so crazy when Sung Ji Hoon realized that the tracker that was in his molar was no longer there.
That would have freaked me out
No one is
because
coming to save you.
his whole plot was to get into the game and have the people find him and rescue him, and he ends the game. But then he's like, "Yo, I have no communication to the outside world. No one can find me. I am I'm by myself. I'm alone."
All by
And I feel like
myself.
it could have been very easy for him in that moment to say, "Okay, your main goal is just to survive. I know how to play this game. Just survive until we can figure out what to do next." But instead, he decides, "I'm gonna save as many people as I possibly can." And at
A
the
noble
new
cause.
yes, a new wrinkle to this season is the option to vote if you want to stay on the game after each
So
round.
my thing is, what is so diabolical is that before you vote, they reveal how much money you won that round.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. They reveal how much money you won, and your vote seems like it's democratic, but you have to wear your vote on your chest.
It's not
And
democratic at all. It already
it's not.
separates you. It already
Already
separates
separates
you
you.
because when you vote, after the vote, you notice after each vote, the X's and O's line up in a separate line. So that us versus them mentality is established very early on.
Very early. Very early.
So the
And
first round,
people are like, hey, one more game. We need more money. I can't pay any of my debts off right now.
so I think after the first round, if I got it correctly, they won 24 million won. And like I said, it's diabolical because the more people die, the more money is added. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
How do you say it? Deaths is proportional to the money that's added to the
Yes.
piggy bank. So it's an
Yep.
incentive for people to die, and I'm like, this is genius. Like honestly, this is so well written. Like the stuff they think of. But I think they won 24 million won, which is around 16K. I think each person will get 16K after the first game.
Yes. And like, do you think $16,000 is enough?
I would have left. I'm going home. It's not enough to pay my debt because everyone there has like what, $1 billion in debt. I'm going
Yeah.
home. I just
They have like think about it. They have basically hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt. You know what I mean? Which, to be honest with you, with student loans, tens of thousands in credit card debt, $120,000 in debt is not crazy. You know, that's not
just go to med
ridiculous.
school. Med school. You get that. You get that real
Go to med
quick.
school, go to law school, go to Drexel, and you can walk out with 100 grand in debt. You know,
For
like
real. No, I after seeing that, seeing how people were gunned down over and oh my goodness, we forgot about that dude who got shot in the leg.
that was diabolical, yo. He so
He got
he
shot in
so
the
so a
leg.
player on the red light green light game, he moved and he got shot, but the shot was non fatal. So
He shot him in the leg.
he shot him in the leg, right? So he's on the ground screaming for help. 456 comes back and rescues him with some help from some other
And the
folks.
let me see. Let me actually figure out the trans player's number.
Oh, I can tell you. Well,
I'm scrolling now.
okay. So they rescue the guy, bring him back just in time for the end of the game,
Player 120.
right? Tell me how they still snipe him and kill him
As
anyway
soon as they
because he was
cross,
eliminated.
as soon as they cross the finish line, literally risk their lives to save this man, they still shoot
Yeah,
him in the head.
still
That girl
shooting it.
still shoots him in the head. And we find out later why. And I want to talk about her motivations because I'm like, girl, anime logic. The first season, some of the stuff they said was like, this is anime logic. It don't make no sense. Just ignore it. Keep it pushing. Like,
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree.
all right. So game number 4.
Why
It
can't you count two?
Oh, we're on episode 4. Yeah. Episode 4, game number 2 is Dalgong. Which is like, I've played Mario Party mini games like that. You remember that Mario Party mini game where you have to carve out shapes with cement using a drill? Like a jackhammer? What's that thing called? Where you step on it and it's a drill.
Oh, that's a jackhammer.
Yeah, yeah. You have like this jackhammer and you're standing on a jackhammer and you have to carve out the shape they tell you to carve out into
I
cement.
do remember that in the Mario Party.
Yeah, yeah. So this game is called Dalgong and it's
That's not
no,
game number
that is
two,
not the
right?
game. That's the game they thought they were going to play.
Yes, and that I think that's also the sick thing about red light, green light, is because it gave Guillaume a false sense of security that hey, I know what games are coming up, I know what's going to happen. Trust me. And he told people to trust him. He's like, hey, pick triangle, right? Triangle is the easiest
Even though
thing.
his dreams told him, hey, don't think you know everything. Because he had a dream where they were still playing Dalgona. I think, what is that? They were still playing that game, but like the triangle was like, there was like 15 different triangles on that cookie.
Yes, it was
So
like
I'm
a
like, you
triangle
should have
embedded with a
known not to
triangle.
stress it on keep it the same. These people are evil. They're hell
Yes.
bent on evil and making it as hard for you as possible to survive.
And he felt so much pressure on himself because he's like, hey, if I am wrong, I'm causing these people to die. And he gets to the game and it's this six-legged pentathlon.
Pen- pentathlon.
Pentathlon,
Because, no,
right?
pentathlon. No,
It's
I'm thinking
five.
of,
It's
yeah, yeah,
five.
I'm thinking about a dectathlon. Okay. So me and
Yes.
DQ tried that. Like, I tied our ankles together with a sock. And then we did the, that game where they have to throw a stone at another stone and knock it over?
Yep.
We did that with bottles. And I got it on my first try. And we went, no, I got it on my second try. My second try. We had to go one,
Did you have
two,
to?
1, 2 to pick up the bottle and come back. And I threw it again and we got it. So I think it would have survived.
Well, that was just one game, and you just had two people.
Yeah, because
There's two
freaking
people.
Gongji, no, absolutely not.
Gongji was which one?
That's like the Jax game.
Oh yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
apparently for
No,
that game, the actual actor did not do that. They got a
I saw that.
professional Gongji player and they just recorded his hands doing it because he snapped. He snapped. Boop, 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 boop. That was crazy.
No, that was really good. That was really good.
So
Um,
yeah, so it were 5 people tied together by the ankles, and the first game they played,
six people.
6 people.
Oh, tied together.
There was a 6-legged race. So there's
Yep.
6 legs. That means there are how many people?
No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, it's 5 people.
Okay. So,
Right?
child, I don't know.
5 people. 5 people. Yes, 5 people. I got all the teams up here. So player 456 was with player 390, player 1, player 222, and player 388.
Mm-hmm. So that was Gyeong, Jungbei, his friend, number 1, the evil dude, and the
The pregnant
other
girl.
Marine and the pregnant girl who did
Yep.
not look pregnant. I'm like, what? I see
She
no
did
baby
not.
bump. Your clothes is not that big that I can't see any baby bump. And everyone's like,
Exactly.
oh, they're pregnant. I was like, how can you tell?
How can you tell?
But yeah. What was the first game they played in this?
The first game. Let me see.
It was Dokji. It was Dokji. So the
The
game with the
that's
red and blue envelope.
Oh yeah, yep, the red and blue envelope.
The second game was the Flying Stone.
Okay, so Dakchi and then um I can't pronounce any of these things,
I
but
think
yeah,
it's
the
called the
flying
Flying Stone. Yeah. The third one was
Go-
Gongji.
Gongji.
And I think the last one was like that hacky sack game, kind of.
Which one's Gongji?
Gongji is the Jax game.
Okay, the Jax game with the different colors, and
Yeah.
then the spinning top
Oh, Beyblade. I forgot about that.
and the Beyblade.
Yeah.
Yep, and at the spinning top it was hacky. It was Hanky Shack,
Hacky
Hacky
sack.
Sack,
Hacky sack.
JG.
So what games would we have played? American games that we know. What would be your 5 games that you would choose?
Yeah, so I think well, it's kind of hard.
I feel like a game of no, horse takes too long. Never mind. And that doesn't make any sense if it's a team game.
Yeah, I think instead of like, I guess if we answer the question and not just constrict ourselves to doing the tied legs or whatever, I think some American
What
games
do
that
you
like,
mean? You have to be tied.
yeah, but I don't.
That's the whole point. Find some games you could play where you're what? You have to be tied. What games would
Uh,
it be? The first game, let's see.
Maybe darts.
It could be like a
It could be
weird
darts.
darts. Okay, it could be darts.
Yep.
The second game, because one player has to do it at a time. The second game, maybe just like a little bowling alley.
Maybe, yeah, maybe you have to do a free throw.
Oh, take a shot. Okay, that can be
Take
the
a
okay,
shot.
okay. So second game, take a free throw. Third game, score a goal with the soccer ball. Maybe there's an opponent there, and you have to
Yeah.
like kick the. Or maybe let's look at playground games. What do you play on a playground?
So we got darts, we got
A free
basketball,
throw. Yeah.
a free throw. Maybe we could do what else could you do?
Because your movement is very restricted since you're tied to other people. I was going to say hopscotch, but no.
Jacks can work. You can play jacks.
Okay, jacks.
Yeah.
Number 4. Shoot, all we played was Manhunt.
That is true. We can also
Outside.
do you could also do the
I was going to say double dutch, but that doesn't work.
the egg carry. You know, you put the spoon in your mouth and have the egg
Okay,
and walk
yeah,
that.
yeah,
That'd probably
yeah.
work.
Okay, that
That'd
works.
probably work.
How many was that? That's 5? That was 4? We
Let's
said darts,
sure.
basketball, darts, basketball, the egg carry,
Yeah.
um,
And jacks.
jacks,
So
one
that's 4.
more.
So one more. Maybe you could do a giant hula hoop.
Everyone in the hula hoop. See, it has to be one person at a time.
One person.
That's hard.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know.
Like something with like a slingshot or something. I'm just thinking about you just throwing
Slingshot.
stuff. I don't know.
You hit the. That's kind of like darts, though. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah.
But
Whatever.
if you guys have a 5th game, let us know. Because
Yeah.
obviously, between the two of us, we can't think of anything.
Yeah. So I thought of games that you can play in general, not just like a squid.
So
if
completely
Squid
changing
Games.
the game.
No, no. Listen, if Squid Game was in America, what games would they have you play? Not in a
Oh, not in
pentathlon.
this. Okay, what games had to
Not in a
play?
pentathlon.
So
Yes.
it will definitely be basketball. I feel like there'll be some rope, like some jump rope activity. Tug of
Yeah.
war again will be in there.
What about dodgeball?
Absolutely dodgeball. Dodgeball would be sick. Dodgeball would be so sick. Oh my
Simon
goodness.
Says.
Hide and seek.
Hide
Yeah,
and seek.
Simon
Oh,
said.
hide and seek sounds sadistic.
Kakurembo. That's Japanese, whatever. Yeah, hide and seek.
Capture the
You,
flag.
what would you said? You said something before hide and seek. What'd you say?
Simon Says.
Simon Says would be vicious. Simon Says would be so crazy. Oh my goodness. What about Twister?
I was thinking about Twister.
Capture the
I was
flag
thinking
is
about
good
Twister.
too. Man, they need
Yeah.
to make an American version of Squid Game.
Though they did. Netflix had that that like competition with like real life. Did you watch that?
Yeah, I didn't watch that. No, I don't want to see that. I want to see like they did a British version of The Office. I want to see American version of Squid Game with American games. I don't care if it's the same storyline. I just want to see. That would be so cool. That would
Yeah,
be
no, I
so cool.
agree.
Oh my goodness, we should petition this. It's like no. What we call it though? Because Squid Game isn't a thing. What we call it? Free
Is that a
stack?
thing? We just call it deaf game.
Just completely. Yeah.
Just yeah, no, nothing at all. Just
What was your favorite game that they played? What? No. What's a game that you think you'll actually be good at out of the 5 games they played?
oh, I think the best I would be at. Well, let me take that back. The only game I would have any hope of winning is the stone throw.
Just Flying Stone.
Yes, that's the only thing I have the hope of winning.
I think I could do with the last game, the hacky sack with the
No,
cheerleader pom pom game. I think I could do that.
no, I can't do that.
I don't know. I think
Like I
I'll
tried
do
hacky
that.
sack before. I might be able to get 3, but like life or death, no, no time.
I think I could do it. I think I could do that. It would either be that or Flying Stone. That Beyblade thing, absolutely not.
No,
And
no,
like you
no, no,
said, you
no.
get so even though number one was sabotaging them.
He was, he was. So
And
there
this time
was
he
a
flung it all the way behind him.
yeah. So there was a scene right early in the show where number one is sitting. Not number one. He wasn't number one yet. The front man. We're calling the front man when he's outside the game. Number one when he's in the game. The front man. He was sitting and he was having a drink, and he was like turning on this thing, and he was using his right hand.
He's
But
turning on
in the
one thing.
game, he was like messing with stuff or whatever. He was
Just
just like
fidgeting was he was having a drink while fidgeting with
he was
something in his hand.
yeah, he had like a remote and turned on this little carousel looking thing that like
Like a music
played music.
box.
Yeah, like a music box thing with like a remote control.
So he was
And
drinking
he
and then he
used
turned on the music box with his remote control in his other hand. Okay.
yes, with his right hand.
Okay.
But then when he went to go play and throw the spinning top, he used his left hand.
Yeah, he said he was left-handed. I was like, that's a
Yes.
lie. You right.
He threw he used his left hand for the spinning top, and it wasn't until the very end he switched hands, and he did it perfectly on the first go. Like he just did it just to F with him, just to
Mm-hmm.
make it seem just to take as much time as possible.
Mm-hmm. He
You know,
enjoys it.
he's like ridiculous,
Yeah.
ridiculous. I think the worst part about that game though, that round, is that you had everyone watching the two teams compete, and they would cheer for the people to win.
It was like
And
it's like field day or like
like a
spirit
field day,
day.
yes, yeah, like a spirit day, exactly.
Yeah.
You're cheering for them to win, but then when people lose, they're just gunned down like mercilessly.
It just kills your
Merc,
hope and it makes
just
you anxious. It's like, oh, snaps. Like, yes, like they were being smart and watching people and learning from their mistakes, being like, okay, we have to understand that like when they learned how to walk in the same pace, like pace 1, 2, 1, 2.
yeah,
And they realize that it's quicker to walk backwards as opposed to trying to turn it around and go the other way if you have to
exactly,
retrieve something. But it's also
exactly.
like, yo, like this is really hard. Like this person can't wrap that little string around the Beyblade or I don't know, like Gongji is really hard. Like yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
It gives you hope and then it shoots it down. Like
Exactly. And
football.
also if you miss the recovery time, right? So it was insane. I think that was probably the most fun game to watch because it required the most skills. And me watching it, this isn't games we grew up with. I'm like, there's no way I could have I could have done anything but besides that stone throw.
I feel like looking at the rules for this game to see how they're played, but I think I get the gist of it. Like with Dokji, you just have to flip the envelope. Throwing stone, literally just knock it down.
Yep.
Ganji, you have to flip each one of the pieces and then catch all of them. So you have to flip it, catch it, flip it, each one of the pieces. Then you have to catch all of them and then flip it so it's on top of your hand. Or no, you flip it onto the top of your hand. You have to flip it again, the back of your hand, and then catch it all.
Yep.
And the other one, the hacky sack thing, it's just you have to hit it 5 times. So okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So they go back, and when they go back to the room after the games, I wonder, do they get the shower? I didn't see showers in their bathroom.
I don't know. I was just thinking, how in the world do you not give up at this point?
Do you not get out
until
of there? Yeah.
and then I remembered, like I said, I mentioned Malcolm Gladwell's book along like a bunch of times called um David and Goliath, right? That essentially when you face when you have a near miss, right? Or basically when you face to have a near death experience, you feel more and more confident that the next experience you will survive. And I think this kind of shows that
It's
is
like if I
because
got through
I
this, I can get. That's
exactly
how I feel during CrossFit. I survived that. I can go back again.
right, and I think that's why they didn't want to quit. It's like, hey, I was willing to risk my life for less. It's two things.
And I
It's a
think
so
people have. Will continue what you were saying.
so there's so many like psychology 101. If you're taking psychology right now, the professor should make this whole a whole class, right?
Oh, because
Because
James
think
is a
about
psychologist. What do you know?
no, think about all the bias and all like the psychological like terms that comes from the show. You know, like from like a sunk cost bias.
What?
Like, hey, like listen, like
You're
hey,
not pronouncing it right.
I
Say that again.
sunk cost bias.
Sunk cost bias.
Yes, like sunk cost.
Okay, like
Basically saying I
sunken.
have yes,
Okay.
basically saying that I have already invested A, B, or C, right? That I am not going to waste the rest of my investment. I'm going to keep putting money in 'cause I already put too much money
Which is so
so
stupid.
far.
You're just putting yourself more
Yes,
in a hole, but I get it. It's like I've come this far. I'm not turning like I
yes,
already
and
it's like a
and
relationship that isn't working. It's like I spent 6 years with you, even though I'm miserable.
exactly,
I put so much time in, I'm sticking it out.
exactly, exactly, right. So that's one bias. The um recency bias. I survived this game. I'm gonna survive the next game. You know what I mean? Like this, the like I said, feeling invincible after their near death
The
experience,
adrenaline rush.
the adrenaline rush, but also group think. You know,
Yep.
like coming together and just like fighting each other. It's so many. It's the people watching the game are realized. Right, the people who are actually paying to watch it, they're not just watching the individual games; they're watching how human beings react.
It's a social experiment.
It's an ant farm essentially. That's what they have. They have like a sophisticated human ant farm where you go, you shake up the farm, and you see what happens.
No, no,
And
no,
like,
no.
oh, like
Yeah.
that's exactly what it is,
Wait,
and
wait, wait.
it's
This is
crazy.
wait. Do you remember that episode of Parks and Rec where April or one of her friends they made like this art installation called Human Farm. And it was so awful and just disgusting and disturbing. And she loved
No.
it. And Amy was like, you need to get better friends. Not Amy. Leslie was like, you need to get better friends. I don't want you hanging around these people anymore. But
But yeah, no, it's the show is
and
like you
also I
said,
was
it's
gonna say I
so
people kinda at least for me, when I go through something that's like challenging or hard, in hindsight, I look at the incident in a more favorable light. I'm like, oh, that wasn't so bad, even though I literally couldn't breathe during a workout or like that situation had me depressed for like 2 months. I'm like, that wasn't so bad. So I think that's a factor too. But like you said, groupthink is very, it's, you know what I mean? And like we said, they already strategically separated the X's and the O's. So it's like if everyone on my side is saying, let's play another game, come on. Even, it's like a cult, right? Stupid people don't join cults. There are very intelligent, successful, accredited people who join cults because they're looking for something more. And that group think and sense of community is so strong. This is different, but it's kind of the same way, you know? So you're right about the psychology of it and them understanding it. But what'd you think about the little organ operation they had going?
so
I felt sick. I said, "There's these people can't get a break. They died
yeah,
horrifically. They're poor in real life,
yep.
like literally so much crippling debt. They die playing a children's game, humiliatingly and brutally, and then you take their organs when they're still alive."
So what I didn't understand is who was taking the organs in the organization. I didn't understand if it was a few of the
It
soldiers
was a few of them. Yeah,
who.
it was an operation within an operation. Everyone wasn't in on it. I don't believe.
Okay, cool. Yeah, yeah. I
That's
didn't
how
know the
I
front
could be
man.
wrong.
No, that's how I took it too. I don't think the front man knew they were taking organs, but I think the workers on the side was taking and harvesting the
So
organs
that's
to
part of the
sell them.
reason why. What is the name of that shooter girl? Let me see. There was this one.
Yeah, she had her daughter who she was North Korean, and she had a daughter who was taken away from her.
Oh, that little girl was her daughter
I'm
when she
assuming
worked at
that's
the
her
amusement
daughter.
park.
Hmm.
Let
Yeah,
me
I'm assuming
see.
that was her daughter, but she didn't recognize her.
These are all the players. So we have.
She's not a player though.
Yeah, I know. I'm wondering. Does
She's
list
a
he sent
square or
only?
whatever.
No, it's not. Let me see. She's a soldier. She's a worker. Whatever. So yeah, her reasons for killing the
They called her
man
number 11, right?
number
Number
11.
11. They called her.
Okay,
Yeah.
so number 11. One of her reasons for shooting the person and killing him in the first game in red light green light was because she didn't want his organs to be, stolen because if he's dead, it's too long, the organs aren't good anymore. That's why mom doesn't want me to be an organ donor. She's like, if you get into a car accident or something happens to you, they're not going to resuscitate you because they want to harvest your organs quickly because they don't last long. I kind of believe it, but that's one of the reasons. So in her mind, it was like a mercy kill, and just like her, like I said, anime logic. She joined the games because she was told that she can help put people out their misery, and I'm like, there's so much easier ways to put people out their misery than force them to
Yeah,
play
you can go
child
volunteer
games and then
somewhere.
shoot them
Like
like they're in a freaking firing squad. Like, yeah, that's anime logic where it's very just
black
the
and white.
yes, and their thinking is on such a macro level, and the ends justify the means. Like Pain in Naruto, where he waged war on the Leaf Village, so a lot of people will die, and to show them that the grief of losing people and that pain will cause them not to start another war. It's like, nigga, what? You could have did a TED
Yeah.
talk. You didn't have to do this.
You could have wrote a book. Like
And
like leave
everyone
us
knows
alone.
the horrors of war. What do you mean? As a people, we try to avoid war mostly at all costs because we know what war does. So what anime logic. So yeah.
Anime logic. So let's get to
But
Mingle,
another thing,
Mary.
real quick, that same player, number 11, almost gets raped in her room. And I'm like, if you're not protected in your organization, what's the perks of working there?
So I thought about that. I think
Because
when
literally,
you're
one of the guards watching from security cameras saw what's about to happen and said, not my business to change the channel. Like, remember
I
that?
think so I think when you are I think when you're with the recruiter and you decide to call into the game, I think when they kidnap you, they determine are you going to be a player or are you going to be a soldier. So I think it's the same pool of people.
What's the perks of being a soldier? How much are you getting paid? Because she was
I
sleeping in
don't
her car.
I don't think. Well, she was sleeping in a car before she became a soldier. I don't think she was a soldier the whole time.
I think she was a soldier. She was sleeping in her car. She went to go clock in when the game started. She
Yeah,
was working at an amusement park part time, and then she clocked in. And it's like, you have to get a part time job before the game starts. This is my understanding. I could be wrong. What's the perks of being a player? Of being a
Well,
soldier?
one, you don't die, but they probably pay pretty well.
She was
And
living in her car. I don't know. I don't know.
well, she was living in her car because I think more so than just the money. I think she was just depressed and she didn't want to do anything else.
But yeah, I don't see the perks of being a soldier.
I was just saying that they probably get paid, and I think the reason she lived in her car was because she was depressed because she couldn't find her child more so than she was getting underpaid. And also, it wasn't very clear if she was always a soldier or if she got recruited after the fact. The chronology, the time frame didn't make much sense.
You want to go to the next
Yeah,
game?
let's go to Mingle.
That's my favorite game.
Mingle's your favorite? Why?
Mingle's my favorite. Well, in this
Okay,
season.
okay.
Because I like how at some point there were not enough rooms for everyone.
It was sadistic, yo. Mingle is definitely the game I think I could survive, because I'm bigger than most people. But like I He's just so sick, yo. When like when the for example when 007
double 007.
007
Who's
player
that?
7, but I'm gonna call him 007, right? Player 7 and his mom. What was her number?
Oh, Curly Q.
Yes,
Perm box.
perm box.
Okay.
Yeah,
He got a perm.
player 7 and his mom. I think her number
I
was.
love their dynamic. And that's enough. You know how freaking pissed I'll be if these Negroes did not want to go home and my mother was in the
He
game?
voted to stay when his mom was in the game.
He's an
He
idiot.
voted to
He's an
stay.
idiot. But it's like, I'm like, my mom, I will kill someone. I will fight. My mom is here. My mom is here.
149.
I want to go home.
His mom was 149. 149
Yeah.
and number 7. You know,
Okay.
and they got separated at one point in the game.
So it was groups of three.
Yep.
And these two men grabbed 007 from his mother and he tried to, get away, but he couldn't. And she was left alone.
Yeah, but he didn't try that hard.
Can you blame him? Like, you never, because I asked DQ, I was like, listen, that was sick, that was messed up, but you never know how you're going to react in that situation.
Yeah.
Like, you're scared for your life. Yeah, you love your mom. And she said that. She was like, listen, if I were to die, I know you'll be fine without me. If you were to die, I'd have nothing to live for.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's a mother's love. It's sacrificial, but even though he was dragged away, he did fight. It's like he didn't try to leave her, but it's like, listen, we got 2 seconds left. These people are dragging me. I'm so sorry, Mom. I don't want to die. I can't say what I would do in that situation. What do you think you do?
I would just if it was me and one other person, I would be the aggressor. I would just grab.
No, I'm saying in that
Oh
situation,
yeah.
if people grabbed you and took you away from your
All you have to
mother,
do.
maybe Mom shouldn't
No,
hear
I'm saying
this.
all you have to do is knock out one dude and grab your mom and jump in there. That's all I'm trying to say. It's like two people just
Okay.
knock out one dude, grab her, and y'all in
You
there.
don't got a lot of time, though. You don't have a lot of time. I think he might have had like 6 seconds.
Yeah.
He didn't have a lot of time.
Yeah.
But and another thing that was really interesting, the girl, I forget his name, that the trans woman was really close to.
Oh yeah.
She was very sweet. She was very scared. She has these bangs. So what happened was they were going to the room.
380.
I think
this
it
girl.
was
380.
no, not the cool one. She had bangs. She was very scared, and her and the trans woman were really close.
Okay.
What's the trans woman's name? What's the trans woman's number? Not number 222. It was let me
120
see.
is a trans girl.
Yeah, so Honju's friend, is she on the list?
No, she's not.
I don't know her, but she was a very sweet girl.
She got.
And they all got together, but then what happened was someone bumped into her and she fell and got separated from everyone. So there were only 4 players. And then the Bitcoin guy who has his baby mama in the game, he ran in and took her spot and closed the door. And everyone was mad, like, why would you? And it was so, I did cry because she tried to get into the room. There's a little slit, like a little,
Yeah.
so you could see her, and she just started crying, like, and then they shoot her. I did cry. I was like, that was actually really sad. She was like, oh. And then, like, the trans woman, they were really close, and he was just, like, so heartbroken. And it was just, like, it was so sad how she died. But he was like, he made a good point. He was like, there was no way y'all couldn't gotten her and got back inside.
Exactly.
Because as we know, remember when the number was 3, there was another group. The number was 3, there was only 2 people in the room. They shot in the room and killed them because you didn't meet the requirements.
Exactly. It's.
And he was like, if you would have, y'all would not have enough time to get her, and y'all all would have died.
Exactly. It's a gruesome game, and like you said, it's simple.
I love it. Just like who thinks of this?
And the thing
stuff?
is that you didn't know how many rounds there were. Right? You didn't know how many rounds. It just over and over and over again. It's just
That is true, because obviously it's not a total annihilation game because you still need players.
Exactly.
Yeah, so when is it over?
When is it over? Like,
No, that was my favorite game.
yeah.
That was my sick heart loved it.
So after that, the
Okay.
players, they voted and it went to a tie, right?
Yes, they went to a
It went
tie.
to a tie after the Mingo game, and they eventually there was an incident in the bathroom.
Oh, we didn't talk about real quick. Number one, there were too many
Oh
people
yeah,
in the
yep,
room.
yep,
He killed the third person, and Jungbei saw it. And ever since then, he looked at him different.
exactly. He looked at him different,
He killed him
and
with
ever since
his
that day, I've
bare
been looking at him
hands.
different. That was back when I was
Yo,
9, Jerry Fox 9.
yo, he was just like, and he tried to warn Gihon, but he let it go, and it's like, nah, you need to trust your gut. But continue.
Yeah, no, that was he choked that dude out.
That was my favorite game. That was my favorite game.
I
Oh
think
my
that was the
goodness.
first game to actually put the players against one another. That's probably why it's your favorite. Everything else was survival. This was the first one, at least in this season, that actually put them head to head against one another. Everyone could not win. In the other games,
And
in
after
Mingo
that,
and Red Light, Green Light, all not Mingo. In the Pentathlon and Red Light, Green Light, all of them could win. Everyone could not win in this game. So after that, it was a vote, and it was tied up.
and that really brought everyone against each other. That's when the tensions reached its
Reached its
peak.
peak.
Because like you said, that game set the
It did.
tone for what was going to happen later
It
on.
did. And then a fight broke out, between Thanos and
Bitcoin.
Bitcoin, the Bitcoin guy. 333. 3333. Right. And Thanos was choking him, about to kill him, and the Bitcoin guy stabbed him with a fork and killed Thanos.
Which is also messed up because I think their last meal before the fight broke out was like, it looked like
It was
sushi. It
sushi.
looked
Yeah,
like
they gave him
sushi.
weapons
Something,
intentionally.
and they gave him
They gave him
forks.
forks.
They gave him forks. What did they eat with forks?
Exactly. Exactly. Like, this is South Korea. They probably don't use forks at all, Mary. like,
Yeah.
like,
And some, that's 323 in Korean, use that fork to stab Thanos in the chin.
yes.
Like right,
Right there, right
yeah.
under there, right under his tongue. Essentially, that's where he stabbed him at.
Uh,
Yeah,
uh. But my thing is, he deserved it because he was literally choking him out. Thanos was choking him out.
and
So
the crazy thing about these games is when people die, they think like people original like so you naturally believe, hey, a murder happened. There's some consequences to it, right? Because we cannot live in a society, a social contract where you're allowed to murder other people
in civilized
in
society,
civilized
yeah,
society. But instead, they just
it's
announced
promoted.
players X, Y, Z were
Yes,
eliminated.
yes. Like it's
Like
part of
it's
the
part of the
game.
game.
Yeah. There's
And then
no
money fell
rules
into the piggy
against that.
bank. And it
Yes, I was like, yo. I think they did that first season too, but I can't remember. I was like, yo, it don't
it don't
matter.
matter.
It don't matter, and they knew it. That's why they all lined up. They're like with the guards, with the soldiers, the workers. They said the final game is about to begin.
Exactly.
The final game is niggas killing each other.
Exactly. Exactly. And they knew it. They knew it.
Went full on prison yard
So what do
breakout.
you
Like,
think about players 4, 5, 6 plan to when the fight broke out at night to take over the guards, take over their weapons, and basically storm upstairs and take siege to the building?
it was pretty stupid. It was pretty. You knew you were going to be outmanned, and like I said, he acted very uncharacteristically when he said, "When the fight breaks out, we're going to hide and we're not going to help anyone."
Yeah.
And then number one was like, "Okay, so you believe in the idea of sacrificing the few for the many," and it's like that's normally not Gihon's style. Gihon is like all or nothing.
Exactly.
Like, what's the I don't know, the Three
All
Musketeers?
for one
All
and
for
one
one
for
and one
all.
for one.
One
Yeah.
for all for one and one for all.
Yeah. And it was, and like I said, like the director said, number one wants to challenge that. I think he wants to shake his foundation, you know what I mean, and really put it to the
And
test.
it's
But yeah, I think it was a stupid idea. You should have, I feel like, come on now. Like, it's a lot of people there who never even held a gun before. Like, yes, it was kind of inevitable, I guess, if you really want to stop things. But I think the timing, I don't know. Because I can't say what I would have done differently, but it just wasn't a good plan to me.
yeah, and the thing is that he thought so one, like you said, they have no idea how many soldiers there were. You just know that there have to at least be 456. That's what I thought of. There has to.
And it has to be more than that because one person, a soldier to one person, that's
That's
not
not
how
how
it
it works,
works.
right? It has to be
They normally have 5 soldiers to one
exactly. I'm like,
person,
there's at
at
least
least.
if there's at least one person, 1 to 1. There's 500. There's 500 people out there with guns,
Mm-hmm.
right? The second thing I would thought of is that these snipers were insane, taking out these people on red light, green light. They are marksmen, you know,
The
the
finest
finest
marksman.
marksman, and he wasn't a soldier himself, right? I respect the move, but I wouldn't anticipate it. I would have if I would have done it. It would have been a final act of defiance, with the expectation that I would die, but I'm going out, taking out as many people as I could. It wouldn't be like I'm going to overthrow this thing. This is going to be James is not going out like that.
So you think he should have? You think he was too ambitious,
Yes,
a little overzealous?
yes,
He should have
overzealous.
managed his
Yes,
expectations.
and during this whole time, I was
But that doesn't, his goal, his whole reason for doing this is to stop the game. So that was never part of the plan, just to take out as many people. That his plan was to stop this. I think he just executed a little bit prematurely.
yeah,
I
yeah,
guess.
and it's
I don't know what would have been the better time. Maybe after the first.
well, they let's be honest, they would have had a chance if the punk player 388 would have actually grabbed that
The Marine.
the marine air quotes would have actually grabbed
Yeah.
the extra ammunition and ran up and supported his his comrades,
Number
but
120.
instead he just hid like a coward and um
Listen, you can't call him a coward. Listen, like I said, you don't know what you'll do in that situation. You just left all that gunfire. But my thing is, I think it was kind of stupid for him to think that the main room was safe where everyone was sleeping. I imagined all the other guys would come and just be like, screw it, and kill everyone in that room. That's what I thought was going to happen. I was like, the games are over. It's an overtake. We're just killing everyone now. Like,
I think
I thought that was
the
going to
reason they
happen.
couldn't do that is because they didn't want to interfere. I feel like they didn't want to interfere too much. Because think about it, if you got
Oh,
billionaires,
that is true. They have investors. Yes, people are watching the
yes,
games. Yeah, that probably was like, ooh, this is a plot twist. This is more interesting now.
exactly.
Okay.
So them storming and the guards defending themselves and shooting, that's fair. But them going to the room when no one else is competing and shooting all those people, I'll be pissed off if I had player three and player three is hiding under the bed and you go kill him for the, you know what I mean? So yeah,
What do you mean?
meaning that
If you were like a
an
high
investor,
investor
yeah.
watching
If
the
because
game?
think about it, if you're
Okay.
gambling, I'm like, yo, man, I'm putting. They probably have odds on each player. Like, yeah, he's 500 to 1 to win the whole thing. He's fifty
So
to
you don't
one.
think they'll be like, listen, whatever, let's give people back the money
No,
they
no, no,
bet
no,
and
no. You
okay,
don't do
yeah.
that. No, this is gambling.
Okay.
Give people back. No, absolutely not.
Yeah, that's true.
No.
That's
So I
true.
think that's why they left the room alone. They was like, hey, you put your guns down, we won't kill you because we still want. I think their number one goal, the organization's number one goal, was to preserve the game. Right. Even if everyone won, but two people died, they're fine with that. Just preserve the game. At least two people have to be alive, so they can do the final one.
Yeah. Oh, his name was Deho. I called him the Ho.
Doho.
He
Who's
did. He did.
Deho?
He chickened out. That's the dude who didn't get the
Oh,
ammunition.
the punk. Yeah,
The
388.
hoe, yeah. But listen, but I feel like I would have done it because my thing is, I feel like I just been running on pure adrenaline. I've accepted death. I'm gonna do what I can. I'll be like, ah, and just run and just, yeah, yeah. But I get it. So you think he's lying about being a Marine?
Yes. Or if he was a Marine, he was a Marine that got kicked out very quickly.
He might have been in the reserves, so he never seen actual combat.
There's no Marine reserves.
There
It's just
isn't.
Marines.
I know there's a Navy
There's an
reserve. I know
Army
there's an Army
reserve.
reserve.
There's an Air Force
There's a Navy
reserve.
reserve
There's not a
too.
Marine reserve
So why isn't there a Marine
because
reserve?
Marines are the people who actually go and do the stuff.
What? How are the Marines different from the Navy? Don't they both do
The
sea
Marine
stuff?
sea stuff is crazy. The Marine,
Sea stuff? Are they our
the,
seamen?
the Marines are an arm of the Navy. They're part of the Navy, but they're like special like forces.
Special forces,
Yeah,
like a task
yeah. The
force?
Marine and the Navy SEALs are like the baddest mofo's in the United States. military. Like,
I'd rather be a state alchemist, but okay.
stupid. But so yeah, so I was this whole time when the anarchy was happening and they were shooting and everything. I was wondering how far would Inho
Oh, my
go?
thing is he's not no dang Marine because he was just wasting bullets
Yeah, he couldn't
too.
shoot at all. Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Number 120 had to tell him he was not even looking, just
Yes.
shooting. And I'm like, I understand you can't look, but he was wasting
Yes.
so much
Yes.
ammo.
He was not trained
Yeah,
at all.
he's
He
a
was a liar.
liar. Oh, he might have been a
He might have been a
defector.
defector. He could have got a fake tattoo. He was a liar.
Mm,
He was a liar.
the ho, the ho, the
Yeah.
ho.
So, I this whole time I was wondering, like I said, Eho, number one, 001, the front man. I was wondering
Young ill.
how much he would play along.
Yeah, I was waiting for it too. I was like, when's that? When's the
When's the
turning
turning
point? I'm
point?
waiting
And
for it.
eventually,
When's the betrayal?
he killed the two people he ran up with. I forget who he ran up with.
He killed Jung Bae. Oh, okay, yeah. He was with two other people before he killed Jung Bae.
Yes,
Yeah,
and then he
yeah.
came up
shot
and then he
them.
shot Jung Pei in front of 456 just so we can see him die.
That was so sad. I was like, I'll be sick. My best friend is shot in front of me. Even though I guess you prepare yourself for it, it's still
It still
very
sucks.
it's visceral. Yeah.
It does. It does. And that's how season 2 ends on a cliffhanger.
I'm very excited. So what was the I don't know if you remember, but you sent me a video of a theory. Do you remember it?
I think that was the left hand theory. The theory that
It was a heritage theory, like the hereditary theory.
oh, okay. So there's two theories. One is that in season 1, remember the old guy, the old player number 1?
Oh, Illam.
Yes. So he interacts with 456 and they're waiting in line to get lunch or something. And he gets some milk. They're giving out milk. And during the games. And 456 says, "Hey, I can't drink milk." And then the old guy's like, "Oh, that's like my son. My son can't drink milk
He's
either."
lactose intolerant too.
Right.
Yeah.
Like he's lactose intolerant too. He can't drink milk either. And then in season 2, the guy
There's okay.
the new 001, right?
Number 1,
Right.
yeah.
The new number
Young
1.
Ill,
He's
aka Young Ill.
yeah,
Because that's not his real
right.
name.
He's like to the pregnant lady, "Here, take my milk because I can't drink it." Right. Also, in the end of season 1, when the old man dies, 001 dies, the front man comes up and he's the one who shuts his eyes and closes his eyes. And he's the one who basically takes over for him after he passes away. So I think that
And another interesting fact in season 1, Gihon is trying to take money out of his account, and his pin is his birthday, which is April 24th.
yeah,
And in the game, he's talking to old Olam, and he's like, "What day is it? Is it the 24th?
exactly.
It's my son's birthday. I'll have to buy him a gift."
Yes.
And Gihon just thinks he's having like a senior moment. Like,
Yes.
you know. So,
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think it's a combination that I think that Guillaume,
and Gihon, he did say that his father abandoned him.
He
Didn't
did.
That his father just kind of like
yes,
vanished.
his father vanished. I think that Guillaume's father is the original
Oh,
Old
Olam.
Elam. But I also
Oh,
think
Ilnam.
that the front man and Gihon are brothers.
Our brothers, yeah. Yeah.
I think they're at least half brothers.
We can put the conspiracy video in the link.
yeah,
Yeah.
we could throw it on Instagram.
And also another fun fact, the Mingle set was built, not CGI.
Yep.
It was a stage that
Extra
was built.
stage.
So also my
a
favorite.
giant
I was
a
like,
giant
so cool.
sound stage that was built.
Yeah.
Sadistic. Just this whole time Eileen and I just kept saying, "This is sick, yo. This is
You'll
sick.
never think of a carousel in the same
No.
way.
Just sick. Sick. So what would
But Ring Around the Rosie is based on
smallpox, right?
what is it, smallpox?
Or the
So
black
anything
plague.
that goes in a
Yeah,
circle.
yeah.
No,
Smallpox,
smallpox.
yeah.
Smallpox, yeah. So
So what would you rank season 2 of Squid Games, Mary?
I will give it a large bag of popcorn. Watch that, John. The first two episodes, even though the first two episodes is a snooze fest, because like I just for a game like this, I didn't really a show like this. I don't really care too much about people's backstories, like the I forget his name, but Young Ill's brother and his old plot line couldn't care less. But the games and the mentality of the game makers and like also the psychology behind the players and the games itself, it's an extra large bag of popcorn. Watch that joint right now. I haven't you. You probably already did.
So you said game makers, and that made me think of another set of crazy games.
Hunger
Would you
Games.
rather be in Hunger Games or would you rather
I
be in
asked
this?
DQ the same question. I would rather be in this because at least I have a chance of leaving. Hunger Games is my children.
Hunger Games, remember guys, it's the book series where they had children from the 12 districts compete, fight to the death in these digital man-made
And there was
arenas,
no
and there was no
money.
money.
There was no reward. I mean, yes, the people, the children, if you win the game, you do get a better status. You move into like the nicer part of your district, and you never have food. You're never hungry. But come on, everyone should not be hungry. That's a human right.
No,
So,
exactly. Exactly.
Squid Games all the
All the
way.
way. Yeah.
How about you?
I give this also a very
How
large
about you? What would you
I
choose?
also give this a very large bag of popcorn.
What would you choose between Hunger Games and Squid Game?
Oh. Oh, you
Stupid.
said how about you? I asked you two questions.
And then I said, what would you choose?
Well, I would choose to be in Hunger Games.
You said F my
I did.
kids.
Well, I'm me,
Oh,
me
you mean if
personally.
you're
I think I would
why Hunger
personally be in
Games?
Hunger Games because Hunger Games I'm competing against 11 other people. Squid Games I'm competing against 455 people. Just the math.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'd rather do Hunger Games.
Okay.
Yes, I would give this a very large bag of popcorn. Like you said, for all the reasons you said, I think it was fun from beginning to end. Episodes 1 and 2, I also fell asleep on them, but I think
So you didn't think it was fun from beginning to
I
end.
thought, but when I woke back up and kept watching it, I just
I fell asleep
I started
twice.
watching it too late, So you have to, like, yeah, it's a little slow. It's a slow burn, and I think the problem with these sequels, especially when
But at least for me, it's like it's this show is anime. Like so when you just have people doing a terrible dialogue and not acting very well, it's just a bad show. The only thing that makes it like I don't want to watch a bad show. What makes it interesting is the death. So it's like if it's not about the games, it's just anime,
Mary's
and
like
anime does not
Mary's like
translate well into live
just bring
action.
me the death, okay? That's all I care about.
Listen, I'm gonna say one thing. Remember when we watched that movie? I forget what it was called, but it was giant robots fighting kaiju
Oh
monsters.
yeah,
And me and He Shall Be Named said the movie was trash, and y'all said it was good. And I was like, the dialogue was so bad. It was like that.
yeah. What was that called? Pacific Rim.
Pacific Rim.
Pacific Rim.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, the action scenes were good. I didn't care about nothing else. Do not talk because the plot is stupid. The dialogue is awful and unrealistic, and that's how I feel about Squid Game. So yeah, but I'll still give it an extra large bag of
Extra
popcorn.
large bag of popcorn. Well, all right, guys. Thanks for listening to another episode of the Watch That John podcast.
Yes, yes. First of 2025.
2025. Yep. You can listen. You can listen to us wherever you find your podcast, whether it be Apple Music, Apple Podcasts, or Spotify. You can follow us on Instagram at Watch That John, and you can follow us on YouTube at the Watch That John podcast. So thanks for listening, and until next time.
Bye.